burglar in the bakery, finding the culprit with flour.
Who sent the mystery postcard? Handwriting holds the key.
A forest destroyed by fire. Can our detectives track down the firebug?
And a tea party under attack. How to work out who the water bomber was.
Oh, those mischievous boys. I wonder which one of them tried to wreck a great-looking tea party.
I don't know, but I don't think those girls are going to take an attack like that lying down.
I hope not. But first, let's head out to the forest where something terrible has happened.
Dean and I love to go hiking. But this is horrible. Our favourite bit of forest totally destroyed. This is a disaster. It's nothing like our old playground. Our cool hangout tree scorched. Our maze of tunnels through the bushes wiped out. The only thing left untouched is our lookout platform. What could have started it? I can think of 3 possibilities. A bolt of lightning, careless campers, or worst of all, a firebug who started it on purpose. Let's look for clues. Nothing obvious here. Ah, what's Dean found? Yeah, the trees are scorched only on one side, which must mean the fire came from over there. We need to find exactly where that spot is. Back up to the lookout rock.
Did you know that some trees only start growing because of fire? Extreme heat makes their seeds fall to the ground and crack open. The seeds then sprout and start growing a new tree.
From up here, we'll get a bird's eye view of how the fire spread. We can see forever. Dean reckons there's a definite line where the burnt trees stop. Grab a pad and pencil while I look this side. Yep, and I can see an edge on the other side. The edges look like they join about 400 meters away. The fire pattern shows that it travelled towards us here in a fan shape, which matches the burnt bark on the trees. So the fire started where those 2 lines meet. That's where we need to start looking for clues. Come on, we'll have this fire-starting mystery solved in no time.
Deliberately lighting fires is a serious crime. It's called arson. It can result in houses burning down and people being badly burnt. After the fire has died down, arson investigators look for clues. Their job is to find out what or who started the fire. It might be a cigarette left burning on a sofa, maybe spilt liquids that catch on fire. Or it could even be a heater or stove left unattended. Arson investigators also use computers to work out how the fire spread through a building and how air got inside to fan the flames. Once they discover how the fire started, it won't be long before they arrest the arsonist.
Playing with fire can be very, very dangerous.
That's for sure. Even if you think it's safe, you shouldn't take the risk.
So we shouldn't play with matches.
No, or firelighters like these.
And not a good idea to light candles without your parents there.
Imagine if it fell over and everything on the table set fire. You'd be in really big trouble. And never set fire to paper to see if it'll burn.
Absolutely. Fires can get out of control in seconds.
I wonder if that's what happened at Jelena and Dean's favourite forest.
Well, let's get back and find out, shall we?
Dean and I discovered that our favourite forest playground has been badly burnt. We've worked out where the fire came from and we're on the hunt for telltale signs of how this disaster got started. We're following one edge of a fan-shaped fire pattern to make sure we're heading for the right spot. Okay, this is where the fan shape comes to a point. Now let's look for clues. Aha! Dean's found a tent peg. A sign that people have been camping. Over here! Look, here's their campfire. I don't think we have to look any further. All the bush that way is burnt, and all the trees behind us aren't. So I think we're fairly safe in saying the fire was started by careless campers.
Well done, Jelena and Dean. This fire wasn't caused by lightning, nor was it deliberately lit, but it was caused by carelessness. Campers were enjoying their campfire, but made the dreadful mistake of walking away and leaving it untended. Sparks flew, and before long, the surrounding trees were on fire. Arson investigators often track down the source of a fire by following the pattern of burnt trees and tracing the fire back to its origin. Fires can be very dangerous, not just for the brave firefighters who try to put them out on the ground and in the air, but also for the people who live in houses nearby.
Hey, this fire's not a total disaster. These trees are sprouting brand new buds. Thank goodness the damage isn't permanent. Our favourite forest playground will soon be back to its old self.
I'm glad Jelena and Dean managed to solve that one.
Yeah, and it's really great to see the forest is starting to grow back too. It's awful seeing trees burnt like that.
Yeah, and it's awful when you see a perfectly nice tea party about to be destroyed.
Would you care for a piece of cake and a cup of tea? Perfect for a hot summer's afternoon. Whoa! A water bomb! Take cover! Who would try and ruin a perfectly good afternoon tea? It's got to be one of the boys. But which one? I'll see who's around. There's Spencer. Looks like he's reading. Or maybe he's just pretending. And there's Finley. Looks innocent enough. I don't know for sure though. And what's Austin doing? Practicing tennis. So there are suspects. Spencer, Finley, and Austin. Come on, Stephanie. Let's look at this splash mark. If we can work out the direction it came from, we'll nail the water bomber. And I know the way to do it.
Did you know the first water-filled balloons were made from animal intestines? The stretchy skin was pumped full of water and twisted into funny shapes. Different-sized balloons were made from different-sized animals.
Okay, got your chalk? Right. Before this dries out, let's trace the outline so we can study the splatter pattern. I'll do the splash marks while Stephanie does the impact area. Right, let's wait for the boys to go and we'll get a better vantage point. Ah, the water's all gone. But the water bomb definitely came from this direction. So we've narrowed it down to two suspects, because Finley and Spencer were both over in that direction. So Austin's off our suspect list, because the water bomb definitely didn't come from over there. But now we've got to decide whether it came from up high or ground level. And I've thought of a way to find out.
I love water bombs. Come on, Steve, let's see if the big ones burst first.
Of course they will, Shay. There's more surface tension.
Ah, see, I like my water bombs to be nice and squishy so I can throw them easily. Here, catch.
Well, watch out, Shay.
Sorry, see, it's the perfect missile to throw at your enemies. It's just the right weight to get up some speed, and the skin is stretched just tightly enough to splatter water over your targets when it makes contact.
Brilliant. All you need now, Shay, is to be a good shot.
Oh, I'd forgotten about that. I'm a lousy throw. You might have to do it for me. Here's another one.
Watch out. All I need now is someone to practice on, and there's only one person I can see nearby.
You wouldn't dare. You would, wouldn't you? Hey, I think it's time to get back to our crime scene before... Stephen, don't you dare!
Our tea party was rudely interrupted by a water bomb. But by analysing the splash pattern, we know the culprit is either Spencer on the top deck or Finley at ground level. First, we're going to create our own splash patterns. First, we'll drop one from up high. Fire when ready. I'll quickly trace the outline of the splash. Great. Now we'll try ground level. Bombs away, Stephanie. A quick sketch job. Okay, nice one, Stephanie. And they're quite different. The one from up high is round. The one from ground level is fan-shaped. Let's just double-check the one thrown at us. Yep, definitely fan-shaped. So, it was thrown from ground level here, meaning our water bomber is Finley.
You're exactly right, Charlotte. It was Finley who took aim at your tea party, then quickly pretended to look innocent. But he was found out by the girls' clever study of the splash pattern. Real detectives analyse splatter patterns to work out the angle and direction of a suspicious projectile. Once they've worked out a vertical angle and a horizontal angle, they can get a fix on where that projectile has come from. And with that evidence, it's only a matter of time before the culprit is caught.
Now perhaps we can resume our afternoon tea. But this time we've taken precautions. No matter what those pesky boys throw at us, we can ride out the storm. More tea, Stephanie?
Jessica's Uncle Pierre is really upset. All but one of his special batch of scones has been stolen. He'd baked them for a lady he really likes. And it's up to Jessica and me to solve this mystery. Poor old Uncle Pierre. He's in no fit state to undertake an investigation. Well, this lonely-looking scone might be our best lead. It was baked just this morning. So the thief can only be Louis, the baker's assistant, Sardina, the cleaner, or Andrew, the delivery man. They're the only ones who've been here in the bakery today. Jessica's found a bag of flour. Maybe the thief kicked it over when they were taking the scones. And they've left footprints. Let's follow the trail. And it might just lead us straight to the culprit.
Baker's yeast is actually a single-celled fungus, but in sugar and oxygen, it can make enough carbon dioxide to raise bread. In fact, a kilo of yeast can raise 250 kilograms of bread dough.
The floury footprints keep going, and they lead us to... Aha! Louis, Uncle Pierre's assistant. Sleeping on the job as usual. But is there anything to link him to the crime? Aha! A smear of flour on his coffee cup. Maybe this matches the flour on the missing scones. And look, there's flour all over his apron. Sorry, Louis, but we need your apron as evidence. Stop. He's waking up. Okay, easy now. Good. Now let's go check out that flour. We'll compare the flour on the apron with the flour on Uncle Pierre's remaining scone. I'll leave Jessica to collect the samples while I grab my microscope. First, some flour from the scone. Now some from Louis's apron. Their sizes don't match up. So lazy old Louis is in the clear, which leaves Sardna the cleaner and Andrew the delivery man. We're going to have to look for a different sort of evidence.
Most types of flour come from cereal grains, and occasionally they're found at crime scenes. So investigators are called in to identify what sort of grains they might be. Once they're delivered to the lab, experts take the grains and test them. They're cut into tiny sections and popped onto a glass slide. The slide is then put under a microscope. Experts can then take a good long look to see if there are any suspicious-looking features on the grain. This helps police work out whether the grains have been contaminated, where the grain might have come from, or even the consistency of flour it will produce. This is important in crime solving because every different cereal grain produces a different sort of flour.
Wow, I never knew that flour could be so different. I thought it was all just white powdery stuff.
No, there are all sorts of flour. There's wheat flour, that's the most common type. Then there's maize flour.
Oh yeah, actually now that you mention it, I've heard of rice flour and corn flour, but what makes it so special?
Well, all flours come from cereal grains and they contain starchy bits, protein bits, and of course fibre, all good for our health.
Oh, awesome. But only Pierre can make those special scones, and I think we're about to find out who stole them.
Jessica's Uncle Pierre is so upset. All but one of his special scones has been stolen. We've eliminated Lazy Louis, but with some clever thinking, we'll have this mystery solved. Now let's think. Yeah, that's it, Jessica. A flour-covered invoice from Andrew, the delivery man. Let's check a sample under the microscope. It's flour, all right. But not the one Uncle Pierre used for his scones. So Andrew's innocent too. Which means Sardna the cleaner is our prime suspect. We'd better go check out her storeroom. There are traces of flour everywhere. Let's see what else we can find. Hey, what's this? Whoa! The missing scones! There's no doubt about it. The scone snatcher is Sardna the cleaner.
Nice forensic work, Brad and Jessica. Using flour particles to eliminate suspects was a brilliant idea. The main ingredient in Uncle Pierre's scones is rye flour. Rye flour has larger particles than the other types of flour. But ultimately, Sardna was caught red-handed because the stolen goods were found in her possession.
Uncle Pierre was so excited we found the special scones, he rushed off to give them to his lady friend. But as a reward, he left 2 for us. Yum!
What a lucky lady friend. I think I can smell romance in the air.
I think I'd rather smell those special scones, thank you very much. But speaking of romance, what do you make of a mystery postcard with a big kiss on it?
Well, that depends.
Depends on what?
depends on who it's from, silly. If it's from an admirer, well, then that's nice. But if it's from someone poking fun at you, not so nice.
Ah, well, I hope Alex and Dean can sort out their postcard mystery.
Well, let's find out.
Hey, Dean, you've got a postcard. It's a dancer on a tropical island. That's weird. There's no note written on it. No name, just a number. And a big smudgy kiss. Ew, you've got a secret admirer. Who do we know that's on holiday overseas? Well, Kate's family has flown to Fiji, Panina's gone surfing in Hawaii, and Joff's dad has taken him and his sister snorkeling in the Maldives. This is an international mystery, and it's one we're going to solve. Come on, Dean. A bit of brain power should get this case rolling.
The postcard was invented in Vienna in 1869 by Dr. Emanuel Hermann. He thought writing long letters was a waste of time and money, so he invented an open stamped card instead.
Let's use our powers of deduction. We've got numbers and a lipstick kiss. What am I thinking? Joff's hardly likely to be a secret admirer, so he's definitely off the suspect list. That leaves either Kate or Panina. Okay, Dean, let's focus on the numbers. Stop daydreaming about who it is. Think about what these numbers mean. Hey, it's not the meaning, but the way they're written. Come on. Both girls left their maths homework for me to hand in. Let's compare their handwriting. Whichever matches our postcard is Dean's secret admirer.
Hey, I didn't think that handwriting was that different. Let's compare ours.
Okay, so let's write the numbers 1 to 5 and see how different they are.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go.
Feature. Show and tell time. So if we look at the ones, they're completely different. And all of your numbers kind of slope backwards.
Oh, they kind of do too. Hey, our 4s are different too. Yours doesn't join on the top like mine.
That's awesome. So you really can tell people's handwriting apart.
You can, but there's one problem, Shay.
What?
Well, you have to have something to compare it with so you know whose handwriting is whose.
Of course. And I guess that's why Alex and Dean needed the girls' homework.
Dean got a mysterious card through the post. There's nothing on it except some numbers and a big sloppy kiss. We've narrowed down the likely secret admirers to either Kate or Panina. But which one? Let's look at Kate's first. 6 times 12 equals 24. I don't think so. It's 72. Looks like her mind was on holiday before she left. But look at the 4. It's closed at the top. But on the postcard, the 4's open. Let's check some of the other numbers. Well, at least she got this one right. Her 7s have a stroke through the middle. But the ones on the postcard don't. And the 3s? Oh dear, this one's wrong too. The 3 on her homework is rounded at the top. But the 3 on the card is flat. That settles it. Kate didn't write the postcard. She's not Dean's admirer. Which leaves Panina. Let's see if her writing confirms it. Aha! The 4 and the 7 and the 3, they all match. Dean's secret admirer is Panina.
Nice detective work, guys. Dean's a lucky man. But his admirer gave her secret away with her unique handwriting. Handwriting analysis is a very important part of crime solving. Forensic experts look for telltale features such as slope, spacing, and the shapes of numbers and letters. When they match a criminal's handwriting, the game is up.
We'll have to wait till Panini gets back to find out what her coded numbers meant. But hey, cheers. She's in for one heck of a Hawaiian welcome party when she gets home.
Hey, those detectives look pretty pleased with themselves, don't you think?
They sure do. But they deserved it. A mystery well solved.
And we'll have more mysteries to solve next time. Bye.